Greeting friends of the Museum of False Art, and by now you should recognize the entryway to the Mike Murphy Sculpture Park, currently occupying our east lawn, where today, April 26th, 2015, we're privileged to show you a pre-dedication image of our new edition in memory of our great friend James Velvet, recently passed. And here it is. It's called Roots of Rock. James Velvet tribute sculpture at the Mike Murphy Sculpture Park. Now here's a fine freestanding compositional sculpture of one piece called Wild Boar at Bay. Now sure, if you wanted to move this, it would be pretty simple. Just pick it up and move it, right? However, suppose you wanted to move this one. Well, it's just two pieces leaning in a certain way, but you'd have to take careful note of exactly how it combines at the top and at the bottom. Still possible, right? Yeah, how about this piece? If you think you can do that, you're dreaming. This has to stay the way it is, where it is. Now, from time to time, these things have to be moved. And sometimes, you'd rather they not be changed. This subject is the theme of our next full-length for us cinema imprévu film about moving freestanding compositional sculpture and its validity as a tool of historical research. I believe that's the sound of the pileated woodpecker, the giantest of woodpeckers. Or its close cousin, the ivory bill, but we know how likely that is. Still too far away to see, though. We're standing in the new meeting prep room at the Museum of False Art, spring of 2015. The nice weather has encouraged us to open our new meeting room out of doors, at least for the time being. This is the meeting prep room, where you get ready for the meeting. I can't really describe it any better than that. And we proceed here to a portion of the Museum of False Art roof. You can see that while there are a lot of people around, they're all hidden, either behind foliage or dips in the land, or in one case, the building having its back to us. You can certainly see anybody sneaking up on you. And there's our wrapped chimney, but that's another story all in itself. In the meeting room itself, we have our very finest branch sculpture, luckily on the roof. When we put this up, it usually rearranges itself the way it likes and stands for years. It's done it twice already, so we'll see how this new design comes up. As you can see, it's all made of laurel wood branches and has a very distinctive kind of oriental miniature shape. So yes, you can see all around. Our willow tree is going to hide that side. See, there's the back of the building. Except for where people drive in. But then, luckily, since the floor is tilted, you can sink down. And remove yourself from their sight, while still being able to keep an eye on things. Very handy, that. The architecture is very nice up here. This is where we hide the dead body. And also, you can look down into the museum. And very few people down there are going to have any idea that you're up here. Here's this little bump up containing our prep room. Down here where all the big secrets are passed, where we're most concealed. Right by the door. Of course, we shut the door in that case. And back to the prep room. Well, that's it for now. This first part of the museum labyrinth tour, where we use trick photography to lead you around the labyrinth at the Museum of False Art. Here's part 2. You see, we're still in the prep room. And it's a unique prep room in that it has no floor. And looks down into the storeroom of the Museum of False Art Antiquities Department. Well, here we are in the midst of the labyrinth, what we call our transparency room for obvious reasons. Here we have that wonderful 19th century mirror, which we were unable to confirm the authenticity of officially. This is going to be our crater, as soon as we figure out what kind of those funny red figures, Greek figures, to put on the base. I guess this will be the geometric portion where all these lines are. And we'll arrange the figures so that the cracks cut out pieces of them. That'll be good. These two things are actually buckets from a bucket brigade. Hardened leather, large size and small. I guess they put children to work too. Well, anyway, this is actually really an ancient piece. For whatever it is, a potato or bean or something. It's got to be one of the oldest in the world. Folk art. Decorative walking sticks, which we theorize were made by one person. Ooh, an old hurricane lantern. It really looks like it's from the 19th century. Bones department. Everybody needs a bones department. Bones and books. Here we are back at the stairs to the conference prep room. Footing is treacherous here. Wow. Things become antiquities at different ages. This looks very interesting. Who's this supposed to be? Cervantes or something? Ooh, here's a date. Date of this forgery, at least. And cast in stone. What better evidence can you get than that? As you've probably deduced, this museum storeroom, where they put all the fakes that they thought were real and bought, is our first installation. The Museum of False Art Antiquities Department. Located in the transparency room of the Museum of False Art Labyrinth. Wow, look at this place. Ooh. I wonder what's in here. I wished I hadn't asked.